Hello, I'm so excited to be here with you for a brand new episode. My name is Shayna Raskin, and you are here listening to the Liberated Lounge. And this is our brand new upgrade. Welcome. And we have a video aspect, which is so exciting for me. I can't believe I haven't done this before. It feels so much more real. So if you're watching on YouTube, hello. And if you're listening on whichever platform you listen to, hello. It's so great to be here. Today I'm jumping and diving. I'm jumping into this exploration of how to embody the most unapologetic version of yourself. Wow, that's a big one, right? I have 6 steps. They're not necessarily in order, but if you take at least one of these and integrate them into your day-to-day life, you're going to not recognize yourself. You're going to be so unapologetic, so expressive, so proud of the version that you're on here. Just before I pressed record, I looked at myself in the reflection. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of us. So proud of where we come from. And that's what I want for you. And that's what I'm inviting you in this podcast. So we're going to keep it nice and quick. And we're going to get started with the first one. The first one is people don't judge you. And I know, okay, you're here because you're connected to the message that I share, and it's all about, okay, we know these things in our brain, but our body doesn't know that, or our body isn't on the same belief level as our brain. So, okay, it's great to say people don't judge you, but how can we actually feel that in our bodies? How can we actually know that? I had this conversation with a client and it blew my mind because she was sharing that people are going to judge her for different ways that she's showing up in her life and in her business. So I thought this would be a perfect example of getting the podcast back on the road. My podcast, I don't even remember where I started it. This is episode 70. And I had a good week to week momentum going on. And then November last year kind of fell off. I got engaged. I tried to pick it back up. Things got really busy. And like I had 2 episodes in between and I changed the name and all this stuff. People don't see all these little in-betweens. People see the courage and the bravery to get back up again, to start that streak again, to change that name and go full in. She was sharing that people might judge her or think she's so flaky jumping from idea to idea. So I want to give you a little bit of context. Maybe you see me on social media, online, whatever. I want to give you a bit of context. I am 29 years old, and since the age of, I guess my whole 20s, I've been trying to discover who I am, what my voice is, how I'm going to share it with the world, what makes me happy. Okay, let's just start this is going to be fun. Let's start right at the beginning. So after high school, I went to a Jewish high school, a religious Orthodox Hasidic high school and primary school. And after that, I went to seminary, which is like what my community and family does after high school, where you learn more about Judaism and you basically like get ready for marriage and to be a mother and everything. So I was a good Jewish girl and I did the seminary streak, and then we got to living in Israel and being in the seminary and realizing that wasn't aligned. So then I dropped out of that and joined national service in Israel, and I volunteered in a hospital. I joined what's called Sherut Lomi. And then I did like a year and a half of gap year. Then I went to university. I didn't know what I wanted to travel. I didn't know what I wanted to study. So I figured I started studying something that wanted to be creative. So I started studying fashion, got into fashion, started a blog, started 2 different fashion businesses that didn't make it. Okay, the list is going on. Let's continue then. Around that time, okay, after I finished my university degree, we're getting to a point, just stick with me here, okay? We're getting to a point, this is a lot of fun for me. Okay, after I finished my degree, I booked a one-way ticket to Africa to discover myself, find myself. At the end of university, I found like a passion for photography, and I was taking like dance lessons at the time a little bit. I'd never danced growing up. I danced in high school. That's a lie. I danced for a performance in year 10, but I never took like ballet or anything traditional. Went traveling on a one-way ticket, fell in love, not with people, but with myself and the concept of freedom and just living my own life. So I traveled and I thought, okay, in Africa, I really fell in love with dancing. I'm like, okay, this is my life's mission. I'm going to become a dancer. Went back home, did auditions, started to work, realized like I really don't have the skill set that professional dancers have. So I tried to figure out different ways, became a dance teacher, became a dance content creator. At the same time, started doing content creation. It wasn't called content creation then. Like I was helping a videographer and pitching myself to brands, but I didn't really know what that was. So I thought, okay, maybe I'll become a blogger, because that was like in my head, like the fashion bloggers, like that's all I knew of this creative world. This is like 10 years ago, before like content and social media managers and all this was a thing. So I'm discovering this part of myself. So I'm like, okay, I'll become a dancer, then I'll become a content creator. Then I decided I'll become a content creator. Then I got a job dancing and content creation. So basically a couple years was traveling, dancing, content creation, still trying to find my voice. Not really successful with that, not really making a lot of money, basically living for free in exchange for services. It wasn't really so profitable, but it was fun. Okay, we're getting to a point here. Then in 2020, I hit rock bottom and I had to just work from scratch. I started working at a sales job just to make money. Moved to Mexico in 2021 to start my online business, which started out as like making online courses in marketing and social media. That grew into coaching, which grew into somatic coaching, which grew into business coaching, which grew into somatic liberation, and we're here today. So in short, basically, people don't judge me, or maybe they do, but people don't judge me from jumping from idea to idea. People don't judge me that I've changed the name of this podcast 3 times. People don't judge me that I change my Instagram bio when I feel alive and connected to that thing. People judge themselves for not having the courage to jump into things. And I'll say that again. People don't judge you from jumping from idea to idea. Whew, it's a big one, right? People judge themselves for not having the courage to jump into the things that they love. So that little story, that little background was like 9 years of who am I? What am I? Am I a dancer? Am I a this? Am I a that? Who am I? It's painful and it's hard to show up confidently when you don't know who you are. But that confidence comes with this exploration. That confidence comes with this journey of self-discovery, with doing the thing in the present moment that lights your heart on fire. I have always really genuine, incredible clients in my business. They don't care that 3 months ago, this was my focus, or 3 months ago, this was my focus. They care that I'm sharing something that's so alive to them and it speaks to them, and they join my world. So confidence isn't about having one thing and like going for it and like, this is who I am, this is the box, I never go out of it. Confidence is the courage to jump, to fall, to fail, to get back up again, to make mistakes, to look silly, to do it again and again and again, and with no end result. I'm not here to say, oh, okay, one more try and like, this is it. This is who I am. This is Shayna Raskin. Well, now I'm Shayna Leibovich. This is Shayna. This is it. No, confidence is the commitment to showing up for you and allowing yourself to be seen in that space. So, to wrap up, number 1, people aren't judging you. They're really judging a reflection of themselves that they wish they had the courage to do that thing that you're doing. So it's a lot easier to judge them. Okay? Number 2 is knowing versus being. You can know that you're confident, like, oh, I'm a confident person, but your being might not feel confident. So that means like in the somatics, the heart race, you don't feel confident, the inner critic. This is a powerful one. I actually got a message from a client that was part of one of my programs last year. She's like, I know I'm confident. Like I value what I do. I do like but there's this inner confidence. There's a different level. So there's the knowing that I'm confident, and then there's the being of confidence. I would love to know if this resonates with you, because this is like when we do meditations or journaling practices or affirmations of like, I am confident, I am this, and we can say it to the mirror, and we can do all these practices, and they're powerful. They help. They build those steps. We want to take this confidence to the gym. This is how we build the muscle of confidence. Because we can know in our head and we can say the affirmations and we can journal, but taking confidence to the gym looks like going on Instagram Live with the fear and doing the thing. Confidence looks like the way you walk, the way you talk, with the fear, with the doubt. Going to the confidence gym is putting in the reps. It's not saying, oh, when I have this, I will be confident, or when I get there, I'll be confident, or I know I'm confident. But if you know you're confident here and you're not feeling confident here, it means we need to just put in some more reps. Again, like I said, we're not reaching an end line of like, okay, I'm confident and that's it. There's always growth. There's always, the bigger you grow, the more challenges come in, the bigger the challenges that come in, the bigger the capacity to hold even more good, and even more, I won't use the word good, but even more fun, and even more a little bit uncomfortable. And this is where taking your confidence to the gym is so important. Work it out every day like a muscle. You want a fit stomach? Do your sit-ups every day. Don't say, oh, I did my sit-ups last week, so I'm good. Take your confidence to the gym every single day. Every day. If you want to embody confidence, it's not a one-time thing. Different examples of practicing this is like, okay, so today I will go to the groceries and I'm going to embody confidence. So I'm going to notice the way that I'm walking. Today I'm going to go to the confidence gym by sharing my offer unapologetically. Today I'm going to go to the confidence gym by sharing something to my family that usually I keep to myself because I don't want judgment. So we're building, and this is like beyond just like, okay, going to the gym. What this does internally is it builds your capacity to hold. Confidence isn't your capacity to hold an applause. Confidence is your capacity to hold booing, your capacity to hold an empty stadium, your capacity to hold critics that come and say, we didn't like your play. Confidence isn't just the flowers and the you're amazing and I love you so much. Confidence is, oh, I can receive that. I have the capacity to hold that. And I have the capacity to hold this. And the more confident you get, you have more capacity to hold even more views and more audience and more clients and more income and more joy, and also more refusals, more returns, more disappointments. And as you grow, your capacity to hold that grows with you, the more reps you put in. So that's number 2. Let's go to number 3. This is an interesting one, because it's like the opposite of confidence. It's about vulnerability. One of my clients messaged me in our private Voxer. I have private Voxer with one-on-one clients. She messaged me, she's like, I feel very, like you feel very relatable. So people think confidence is, oh, I've got my nose in the air and no one can touch me and no one can hurt me and I can say my message. And confidence is the connection. People can connect to you. You can portray a confidence and the knowing that people can connect to you and you can connect to people, that you're a person. So maybe look at confidence as like almost like a ladder. And it's this beautiful equilibrium, because we're here in this space of confidence. I'm embodying this confidence. I'm walking. No one can, I'm really got this aura of confidence. But at the same time, people can see that you're a person. I'm confident to share my struggles. I'm confident to share my stories. I'm confident to share different things that have happened to me. And there's a very big difference between like trauma dumping, that's a hard one. And like, oh, I'm confident because like I just told everyone all the bad things that happened to me. It's not about that. It's not like, that's being the opposite of relatable. That's pulling people down into victim mode. That's asking for, okay, let's look at it like this. We have embodied confidence in the middle. We have connecting to people through like victim mindset. And then we have connecting to people through ego mindset, like, oh, you can't touch me, you can't hurt me. Those both are wounded. Those both are seeking to be seen from a wounded space. So if you notice like, okay, no one can touch me, this doesn't hurt me, nothing can hurt me, I have armor everywhere. We're embodying confidence, but there's a wound there. And any type of wound, any type of block, it gets expressed. So maybe it's not expressed in your confidence, like, oh, I don't care, I'm going to say whatever I want online and do whatever I want and no one can hurt me. But it has to manifest in a certain way. When there's a block, and there's a lot of the work that I do, it either manifests in your emotions, it manifests in your body with different symptoms, it comes out. And then there's the confidence underneath it, like, oh, I'm trying to be so relatable that I connect to everyone's struggles, and oh, and yeah, this happened to me, and yeah, I can relate to this. We want embodied confidence. This is this middle ground that says, you can't hurt me because I have the capacity to hold discomfort, not because I have not because I'm ignoring discomfort. It's because I'm processing that discomfort. And at the same time, I am so confident that I can relate to you without having to pull myself down to your suffering. Okay? We went a bit esoteric with that one, but it's okay, right? We're good. We're still good. Okay, let's go to number 4. Number 4 is the way that confidence changes throughout the day. Okay, so we can wake up in the morning feeling really confident, and then in the afternoon, we can feel like, who the heck am I? How dare I say this? I'm not good at anything. Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. I don't have the energy for this anymore. And it can happen like in a day cycle. It can happen like, oh, I have a week of confidence and then I have a week of not, this cycle. And it can happen in seasons, like, oh, this season I'm really confident because this external factor, and this confidence because of this. Okay, so let's look at, if you have confidence and you're embodying it and it's great in the morning and it dips in the afternoon or the other way around, let's look at that for a moment. Confidence, similar to the gym analogy that I gave before, it's also something that we need to nourish. The same way that you eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and you don't expect to get to dinner time not hungry if you didn't feed yourself. The same way you don't expect you to get to the end of the day without nourishing your confidence. This doesn't mean like I need a gold sticker for everything I do, but if we're noticing that this cycle goes morning really high, evening really low confidence, this is something we get to look at, like, oh, did I nourish my confidence in the morning? How can I nourish it in the night? View it as a meal. And if you're part of my membership, then, or part of private coaching, we have embodiment practices that tap you back into this embodied state of, I know who I am, I love who I am, not as an affirmation, but as an embodied state. My body language knows that. My system knows that. My cells feel that. And that is my expression. I'm going to get to that in number 6. But this is something that we need to nourish, not just, oh, I ate yesterday, I ate last week. It's the same thing as like a sugar high. I like that analogy as well. And get really confident and like, oh, someone gave me a compliment, or this, I got a lot of views on this, or whatever. We get this external like dopamine hit of like, oh, I'm really confident now, and then it dips. It's because that wasn't nourishing confidence. Are we making sense? Are we liking these analogies so far? Let me know. Let me know if you like these analogies. I love using these types of analogies because they really help me, and they help my clients as well understand these concepts. in the brain, and then we take the concepts into the body. Don't worry, we're going to get there. This is the whole point. I love this. This makes me so happy. Okay, let's move on to number 5. Actually, number 5 and number 4 were together. So let's go into number 6. This is where body language comes in, and I shared such a fun video to my story. It was a video that I saw on TikTok from a movie. Can't remember the name, but she's this girl. Okay, if you remember the name, just drop it in the comments or message me on Instagram. And she's an amazing actress, and she basically like hits her head, and then she wakes up as the most confident version of herself. And it's comical because she takes up the space, the aura. You watch her when after she had the concussion and became the most confident version of herself. The way she walks, her posture, her facial expressions. This is a body language. This is an embodied practice. There's a reason why if you go on the catwalk and you're walking, you feel like $1 million. There's a reason why even heels can make you feel more empowered because you're standing a little taller. This is why getting pretty and wearing makeup and playing a part, or playing the part that you want to play, the character that you want to, the persona that you want to embody, the muse that really is an expression of who you are. When you play that character, your body changes and your reality changes, because that's just how it works. Imagine just walking into a room and like someone's sitting there like this. If you're listening on YouTube, on the podcast, like my body language is hunched down. I'm like, my lips are pursed up. I'm like, kind of like, look at me, pity me, I want attention, no one likes me, scrunch the forehead. And then we change that confidence and we change that body language, and we sit up straight. We open up our heart space. We let the blood flow inside of our body. We move. This is why I take dance breaks all the time. It's not just embodiment practices. It's literally let the blood flow. Walk like the person you want to embody. Talk like the person you want to embody. Play the character. Play the role. This is something that I do for launches. This is something that I do in my daily embodiment practices. This is a powerful somatic liberation practices where you embody the character. You embody this confidence. You let every single body part of you take up this space, take up this room, walk like it, talk like it, make sounds like it. This process of allowing your body to feel it, this process of allowing your body to feel this is what creates the reps. This is the work. And then, okay, well, that was number 5. Number 6 is you take action as this person. Okay, so you did the practice, 5 minutes. If you're part of the membership, there's practices for you to like actually get into your body in somatic liberations. They're incredible. If you're not inside the membership, I don't know what you're doing. It's right now at this point $22, but it goes up as the group fills up. It's an absolute no-brainer, and we meet every new moon. That's besides the point. It's the best place to start. But if you don't, after that practice is when the actual confidence starts. Okay, so my body's there, I feel confident, I feel amazing, okay, great. But what do I do with that confidence? Who am I with that confidence? How do you show up with that confidence? What actions do you take with that embodied state? With the confidence and with the fear. Not with pushing the fear around. Confidence is acknowledging the fear and holding space in your body for the self-doubt, for the self-judgment, and doing the action. So it's like that quote saying, like, do the action with the fear. Like, how do you actually do that? That's where we go a bit deeper inside the membership. But the actual transformation, how do you actually become the most embodied, empowered version of yourself, is you take yourself through these practices and then you do something about it. You take action as that person. The way you walk to the groceries, the way you water your plants, the way that you show up on Instagram Live, the way that you fall down and pick yourself back up again, that is embodied confidence. Not, oh my God, everything's amazing, life's great, look at me, I'm having the best time. Embodied confidence is the action that you take with the fear, with the struggle, with the pain, with the suffering, with the self-doubt, with the inner critic. That's embodied confidence. So I hope the beginning of my story I gave you a little bit, the beginning of this podcast where I shared my story, gave you a little bit of a background of when people are reaching out to me and my social media is going wild right now and so many new followers and so many new clients. People aren't seeing, oh wow, she just became confident. I've been creating for over 9 years. I didn't become confident. I'm not confident today. That's not an end result. It's the journey of getting there is when you're actually embodying that confidence. It's when you show up and then you pivot, or you explore, or you try a new thing, or you make a mistake, or you say something wrong. The confidence is how you get back up again, how you show up, the actions that you take with that fear, with that embarrassment, with that guilt, with that shame. That is embodied confidence, and that's who you are. It's inherently who you are. Okay, bonus number 7. Okay, we did a bonus one. Confidence is your inherent birthright. It's how you were born. You were born unapologetic. You do not care. You don't have a single bit of shame in any bit of your cells, right? You lay there naked, screaming, crying. You're the most confident being when you come out of your mother. There is no thought or idea that someone will laugh at me, or someone will think I'm stupid, or someone will judge me, or I will judge myself, or I will feel guilty. There's no concept of that. That's not natural. That's learned behavior. It doesn't matter where we learned that from. Who cares? We can entertain that for years and years and years and be in self-help and be in self-awareness and be in therapy for years and years to understand everything. Who cares? You understand. That's why you're here. You already know. I'm not saying who cares like I don't care about you. I'm saying who cares because that's not where we're focusing our energy. We're focusing our energy on liberating what's inherently you. You are inherently confident. You are inherently unapologetic. You are inherently so in love with yourself and your message and what you have to share and with your life and with everything that's going on for you. That's inherently you. There's nothing left to learn. It's just a matter of remembering. And that is the work that we do here. So I'm going to end this episode with inviting you in to how you can continue this journey of embodied confidence. I have a free Facebook group called The Liberated Lounge, full of lovely liberated ladies that connect and share resources and lift each other up. Inside that group, I have free monthly embodiment workshops and trainings. It's like such an incredible place to be, and that community is growing and it's so beautiful. The second is the no-brainer, the Body Talk membership. This is right now $22. It's an absolute no-brainer. The first 20 that join from the time of recording there's a really fun VIP upgrade because of our relaunch of the membership. That is the best place if you're like, okay, I hear your message, you spoke to me, it's very easy, it's very simple. Like, let's just get straight into the practices. Let's just stop intellectualizing and let's start doing. Let's get out of our body, let's get out of our brain and into our bodies. That's for you. Body Talk membership, the best place to be. Third, if you feel like you want to get a bit of a deeper coaching, mentorship, one-on-one, whatever type of experience with me, Shayna, you can message me directly on Instagram. All the links will be in the description, and you can say, hey, I want to work with you privately, and then we'll get started. So that's the end of this incredible podcast. I love you, and I love having you here. Please review us on wherever you're listening so more people can reach this, and I am sending you so much love. Goodbye, and we'll see you in the next episode.